Good kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Back in, cuts to his forward, take the shot, he scores!
Digest broadcast of PIHL hockey. Tonight, the first place Bethel Park Blackhawks take on the Peters Township Indians at the home of the Tribe. I am Matt Geica on the call, bringing it to you on Facebook Live in addition to Peters Township Community Television. Thanks again to Brian Mitchell with Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and Lori Seekley and the entire Peters Township Hockey Club for allowing these broadcasts to go on for the second straight year. This is my fourth year on Peters Township Community TV. And it's always fun to get inside the rink and get right back at it. It's been 12 days since the last time Peters Township took the ice. They had an unanticipated, I should say, postponement of their game against Mount Lebo last Tuesday right here. Scheduled to play the Blue Devils were the Indians in a 9 o'clock tilt, but a Zamboni malfunction, don't you hate it when that happens, threw a wrench in the proceedings. So they tried to play it, they couldn't play it. It'll be rescheduled later in the year. So PT gets back at it and hoping to get off to a quick start as they've won 2 in a row to lift their record to 4-2. Victories over Butler here 3 weeks ago and at Erie Cathedral Prep have Peters back on track for head coach Rick Tingle. As for Bethel Park, coached by Jim McVeigh once again, well, they're leading Class AAA not only in the standings as they're tied with North Allegheny and Seneca Valley, but also the Blackhawks are number 1 in offense. Bethel Park scoring over 4 goals per game, in fact 4.2 to be exact, in the first 6 of the season. And the only blemish on their record at this point is a 2-1 loss at North Allegheny. Since then, though, Bethel Park has won 3 in a row, defeating Seneca Valley, Butler, and Erie Cathedral Prep, all at home down at the Bethel Park YMCA. So it'll be a challenge for BP to get on the road here tonight. And in fact, just for the 4th time this season, Bethel Park will be on the road. And pardon me, actually, that win against Cathedral Prep was on the road. So Bethel Park trying to keep up what's been an outstanding start, and they've been led by the usual suspects. If you know this team from last year, J.C. Bellet with a Class AAA leading 11 points and a team best 7 assists. Vincent Vituccio is the top goal scorer for Bethel Park. He's got 8 to lead the division. As for Peters Township, as it usually is, it's more of a collective effort, but Jeremy Anthos is tied for second place in points in AAA with 10. He's one behind Bellet of Bethel Park. And in a bit of PAHL intrigue, several of these Peters Township Indians are teammates with J.C. Bellet on the Pittsburgh Predators, who play out of the Ice Castle up in Castle Shannon. Torrey Schwartz, Ryan Luppy, Alex Wilbert, Jeremy Anthos, Hunter Ferguson, all appear frequently with J.C. Bellet for the Predators in club hockey action on the weekends. So, yeah, the Indians don't need to be told how lethal Bellet can be and how lethal he has been, in fact, over what is now a 4-year varsity career. It's been very impressive. Peters Township, so far this season, has been up and down. 2 wins to start, 2 losses, even the record at 2-2, and then 2 victories, as I mentioned before, that unfortunate postponement against Mount Lebo. And now they head into a stretch of games in which they'll play 4 out of 5 here at Printscape Arena, including next week's game against Canon McMillan in the rematch of that rivalry matchup. So we're all set for the national anthem here to start tonight's game. So we'll step aside here for that. Back with the face-off in just a moment on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and PCT TV. Nice crowd on hand, as you'd expect, between these two South Hills rivals, Peters Township and Bethel Park. I am Matt Geika here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and Peters Township Community Television. Flying solo this year, and we're trying to cover as many of the games as we can, home and road. We've been on the road twice already, up at Barrel for PT's matchup against Seneca Valley a few weeks back, and very early in the season at Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville against Central Catholic. Next time we're on the road will be at Bethel Park, in fact, at the YMCA on Thursday, December the 6th. But as for right now, the matchup is at South Point. Peters Township dressed in its alternate jerseys with the black and red and off-white. Bethel Park in its traditional orange and black, predominantly orange on the jerseys, with the black shoulders and some white stripes on the socks. We're underway with the drop of the puck, and Peters Township has possession. It'll be Jeremy Anthos, the leading scorer for this Indians team, sending it into the offensive zone. Ryan Luppy couldn't get there on the forward check, and PT will regroup at center. From the far side, here's a lead pass up ahead by Seth Hanna that clicks in behind the Bethel Park net. BP has just played 3 home games in a row, so getting back on the road are the Blackhawks. Here's a flip play by McClendon. In on the starting netminder for Peters Township, that's Brock Sharbaugh making his 4th start in net. He made a late relief appearance at Cathedral Prep in the most previous action for Bethel Park. Here's Ryan Lee cleaning up the front of his net. Jeremy Anthos made a pass on left wing, but no one was home. Peters in the midst of a change. Again, Peters Township at 4-2. Bethel Park at 5-1. Bethel Park tied for the lead in the 9-team Class AAA. Indians trying to extract the puck from their own end. A wild slap shot from Thomas Worcester goes sailing off the end zone glass. In behind the Peters Township net, the Blackhawks go to work. J.C. Bellay's back there. Bellay trying to pull it free, can't do it, and the Indians skate out of there with it. This is Eric Wilbert to center. Puck poked off his stick, and it's deflected over to the near side. Aiden Alexander shoved it up into the Bethel Park end. Ryan McClendon made a lead pass. Wrist shot by Matthew Lucido is blocked out to center. And Bethel Park on the regroup. Connor Price shot it from distance on Brock Sharbaugh, who patted it out. Here are the Indians on the breakout. Mark Lehman, the junior centerman, got it just inside the Bethel Park line, and another quick change. Both teams trying to keep the legs fresh early on. It's usually how you see it, and no matter what level of hockey you're watching. Colin DiNardo, look at those quick feet moving. He skates it all the way down the ice into the far wing corner. DiNardo has the puck taken away, but here's Owen Barrett to step up and not able to keep it at the blue line. Referee March blows the whistle on the offside. Audio only on the broadcast tonight. I apologize if you were expecting the video feed, but we're bringing you the radio call from Printscape Arena, where Peters Township on the year is 2-1. Peters fell to North Allegheny here, but has defeated Butler and Cannon McMillan in the early season slate. Barrett cracked it away from behind his net for PT, and a shot skips into the screen from Nicholas Massari of Bethel Park. A lot of familiar names on this Bethel Park side. Part of the reason why they're at the top of the league. Many returners out there. I mentioned Belay and Vituccio in the open, but Christopher Toth, Nicholas Massari, Austin Reed, Luke Schreiner, Ryan and Luke McClendon, Thomas Worcester, all returning lettermen for Coach McVeigh and Bethel Park. Jake Bush cleared it out of the PT zone. No real sustained offensive pressure for either side so far. 2.5 minutes into this one. Jack Zakin picks it up at the blue line and skates with a backhand pass. He sent it in front, and it was knocked away. Dylan McElhaney of Peters Township was trying to get there to the front of the net, but could not. Now Luke McClendon stretches out, but he can't get in over the line with possession. Bethel Park's Ryan McClendon, the defenseman. Ryan McClendon's the defenseman. Luke is the forward, and the defenseman, Ryan, has 7 points on the season. Here's the first shot on net for Peters Township, it's Nico Watsula pumping it on target, and Nicholas Guimond, the senior starter, makes the save in the butterfly position and holds on with 13:51 remaining in the first period. No score, Bethel Park and Peters Township, first of 3 meetings in the regular season. Offensive zone draw for Peters Township. Anthos charging in to try to keep it alive. From behind the goal, Connor Price of Bethel Park. Couldn't clear it out. Indians on a strong forecheck here, but now the Blackhawks will simply ice it as the puck got up on its edge and rolled all the way down. Both of these teams are coming off 6-3 wins against Erie Cathedral Prep. Bethel Park beat the Ramblers at home. Peters Township had to go all the way up to Erie 12 days ago to pick up their 4th win. Torrey Schwartz's shot from the right wing is snagged by Guimond, and we get another face-off. So the goaltending matchup is Sharbaugh for Peters Township and Guimond for Bethel Park. Sharbaugh with a record of 2-1 and an .883 save percentage. Guimond is 5-1. This is 7th start and an .899 save percentage. Neither goalie has recorded a shutout on the season yet. Here's Austin Reed for Bethel Park. Had it stripped away. DiNardo in and shot it well over the crossbar from left wing. DiNardo now trying to poke the puck free. He's in there with Josh Jones and also Parker Johnson. That's the forward line for Peters Township. The defenseman Hanna creeps to the half wall on the left side. Couldn't get the shot through. And a quick chip and a clear for BP. This is Ryan Lee, assistant captain for Peters Township. Flipped the soft pass up through center. That did not connect to DiNardo, but DiNardo is in after it. DiNardo, the senior, out there with 2 varsity newcomers in Jones and Johnson. The puck bounces out into the neutral zone and fired in by Bethel Park's Matthew Lucido. BP in the orange, Peters Township in the black. First time Peters has worn the black so far this season. Andrew Wilbert took the shot from the far side wing that was stopped by Guimond. 2 Wilbert skaters on this PT team are out there together with Mark Lehman. That's the line there for Rick Tingle's team at the moment, but now they're defending as Lehman reaches in, and Eric Wilbert will take it. Lifted off the window, but not out. Indians have to try again here. Hunter Ferguson reverses the flow of the play. Gave it over to Aiden Alexander on near side. In his own end, Alexander dished it back, Lehman helping out, and Peters Township does flush it to center ice. Lehman over skates. This is Ferguson banging it off the boards. Andrew Wilbert to his brother Eric, who picks it up. Eric to the top of the circle. Wrist shot flutters wide of the net. Jake Bush couldn't get in there quick enough to keep the play alive. And now he backtracks to retrieve the puck behind his net. 11:20 to go in the first period. No score. Peters Township and Bethel Park. Owen Barrett knocked it up the boards. Schwartz clears a pass across over on left wing, and Luppy kicks it ahead. Ryan Luppy, the Indians' captain. 9 points on the year. Tied for 3rd in Class AAA. One of the Blackhawks goes sprawling as the Indians get possession, and there's a penalty coming up. I don't believe so. No, it was just an offside call here. Actually, I'm not sure what the call is because now the puck will be dropped at center ice. At any rate, no penalties on the board yet in this one. Owen Barrett put it right into the glove of a Blackhawk. It's Belay moving in, and his wrist shot was weakened on the way. Sharbaugh still kicked it out. Long drive, save made by Sharbaugh, and the rebound popped over the goal. Connor Price put that puck through. So Sharbaugh tested a couple of times. A flip out by Peters and intercepted. Belay couldn't get the shot on line, though. It was blocked. Anthos on the chase for Peters Township, and the puck is in the neutral zone. Garrett Legg couldn't take it for Bethel Park. And Schwartz winds it up for Peters Township. Fired that pass too hard and too far for Anthos to gather in, but now here's Seth Hanna. Dumping into the near side corner. Indians on the change here. Bethel Park going to work to try to get the breakout going. Thomas Worcester from behind his net. Up the far wing, and Austin Reed helps it all the way into the Peters end, but that's where it's taken on by Hanna and tossed over the glass on the far side of the rink, off the concrete wall and back into play. That's not legal. We'll have a face-off in the Peters Township zone. Face-off will be taken by Nico Watsula of Peters against Austin Reed of Bethel Park. Watsula, who scored the first goal of this season for Peters Township several weeks back. He's had a fine varsity debut with 2 goals and 2 assists in his first 6 games. Jack Zakin now. Zakin looking for his first point in his 6th game. Took a wild shot that sailed over the net from 45 feet away. Over on far side, Zakin reaches in. And it's taken off the wall and forced out. Austin Reed again doing the dirty work on the far boards for Bethel Park. But this is Seth Hanna working his way up to the blue line, and his pass was intercepted, and so Ryan Lee has to go back for it for the Indians. Lee, under some pressure there, checked into the boards by Ryan McClendon, and it comes free off for Watsula to find Hanna. Couple of changes in possession. Now Watsula ends up with the puck at the left circle and missed the goal. Shooter's not quite on target with their wristers yet as Vituccio moves in and proves my point. He missed that one to the left of the net. Vituccio for Bethel Park, bidding for his 9th goal of the season, and the puck hops in on Brock Sharbaugh of Peters Township, and he holds on for the faceoff. 8:47 left in the first. Last time out for Peters Township, a 3-goal second period got it done at the Mercyhurst Ice Center. Lehman and Schwartz had 3 points apiece, 2 goals and an assist for both. Back to live action now. Garrett Legg tries to center a pass in front for Bethel Park, and it's intercepted by Mark Lehman. As if on cue, now Lehman will go on the chip and charge, stretching out, but it's an icing call. He dumped it in from just behind the red line, apparently. As I was saying, Lehman and Schwartz had 2 goals and an assist apiece. Ryan Luppy had a 3-point night, 1 goal and 2 helpers. Jeremy Anthos with 3 assists. He leads all of Class AAA with 8 assists, does Anthos. Alex Wilbert got back on the winning track, too, for Peters Township. 27 saves in the win. Played most of the way, and then Sharbaugh took control for the final bit. McClendon with the intercept at the Peters Township line. The Bethel Park defenseman gunned it wide from out near the blue line. Mark Lehman trying to connect on to center for Andrew Wilbert. Can't do it. Eric Wilbert looking to rip it away from Belay, who softly sends it up ahead and guided in by Garrett Legg. Top line off for Bethel Park. Now the Indians have it. Here's Eric Wilbert shooting up ahead. Andrew Wilbert in on it first against Connor Price. The puck hops up in the air past Christopher Toth, and Bethel Park tries it again. Worcester up the far wing. Here comes Austin Reed with that long reach. Reed had it stripped away. Good back checking from Josh Jones of Peters Township. And now Jones can't take the headman pass from DiNardo. A little too quick before Jones got his head back around to look for it. Worcester for Bethel Park simply sends out into the neutral zone. From his own end, Owen Barrett cracked it up ahead. It's off the boards and right in on goaltender Guimond, who holds on. 7:17 left in a quick-moving first period. Not a lot to speak of in terms of offensive chances. Peters Township has allowed the first goal in 4 straight games, so there's a trend they want to get on the other end of, certainly. But really not bad in rebounding from those first goals allowed. They're 2-2 in those 4 games. Luppy misfired on a knuckling shot. Sharp angle, left wing side. Puck is intercepted by Vituccio, the Bethel Park captain. He sends a headman delivery way up ahead. Joseph Wandrisco on the chase, but he can't get there in time to beat out the icing. So on back into the Bethel Park zone we go. Out-of-town scores tonight. Well, nothing so far. They're just underway between Mount Lebo and Central Catholic at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville. And similar Game State in Erie at the Mercyhurst Ice Center, where Cathedral Prep is playing host to North Allegheny. From behind the net, Peters trying to put it in front. Here's Lehman gunning it off the post from the edge of the crease. Good centering pass from Eric Wilbert with help from his brother Andrew behind the goal. So the Indians get the first really good opportunity, but Wilbert couldn't bury, just missing by an inch. But it's Lehman on it again. Mark Lehman. Couldn't connect with Andrew Wilbert on that pass, and it's an icing call, unforced error. Mark Lehman was in search of goal number 5 on the season. As a junior, he's amping up the offensive output. The Indians' second-line center. Now looking on from the bench as he changes it up. Nico Watsulo on the draw here against Bethel Park's Reed, and the puck ends up sliding right in front of the Peters Township net and hoisted out of there by the Indians. On the chase was McElhaney. Jack Zakin intercepts the puck in the neutral zone after Bethel Park tried a quick counter. Ferguson for Peters. Headman pass taken away by Reed and sent right back in deep. Brock Sharbaugh looks on as his teammates try to break it out. Ferguson just lifts it softly to the safety of neutral ice. McElhaney and Zakin trying to swarm on a Blackhawk, but they couldn't get the puck free. Aiden Alexander spins a backhand pass cross rink. Ferguson dumps it cross corner, near side. Indians working from left to right from this perspective, if that helps you picture the action. Audio only tonight on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Wondrisco skating onto it for Bethel Park, and a wrist shot from just about the right dot is gobbled up by Sharbaugh, and he freezes. Brock Sharbaugh on the year, making his 4th start in this 7th game for Peters Township. It's a true tandem situation so far for Rick Tingle and his goalies. It was more of a 4-man team last year. This is more traditional as Torrey Schwartz rambles on back for Peters Township after the face-off win, but his wrister was deflected into the screen. Offensive zone draw. Schwartz nudged it right to the front of the net, and that's where Guimond decides he wants to hold on. Anthos will face it off again and again. Schwartz has it. This time he jams it around the boards. Over around the horn to the far side. Anthos lifts it to Luppy right there in the corner. He's pinned down by Vituccio of Bethel Park. Luppy colliding there with Vituccio, and now joining the party, Ryan McClendon. And Torrey Schwartz, who was sent down on his backside. Now a pass in front comes from Anthos, and it doesn't connect with anyone. Barrett shot it from the right point in behind the goal. He'll creep up again, Will Barrett, as it rotates right back to him, but he couldn't get this one deep, and the Indians have to retreat. On it there and emerging out from behind his net, Anthos tripped up, and that'll be a penalty. Easy call to make. Luke McClendon, the guilty man, with 4:31 left in the first. Our opening power play of the game goes to Peters Township. The Indians' power play, 3rd out of 9 teams in Class AAA with a conversion rate of 21%. Bethel Park killing penalties at the 2nd worst rate in AAA, although, to be fair, the Blackhawks have only had 6 chances against in 6 games. They've killed off 4 of them. The Indians have to go hunting this puck now, back in their own end after the Bethel Park clear. J.C. Bellet grinds to a halt there, trying to hold the puck, but he couldn't get it away from Luppy. Again, the Indians can't make it into the offensive zone. Bellet shorthanded. Doesn't have a shorty on the season, does Bellet, but Bethel Park has one as a team. Meanwhile, here comes Ryan Luppy back. Luppy carrying it in, putting a pass in front, and it slid right by the stick of Anthos. Anthos trying to get on the puck. He can't. McClendon couldn't clear, though, for Bethel Park. Held in by Hanna, left point. Hanna couldn't get it by the checking of Reed, but now he forces it over to Watsula. Backhand pass right through the slot. Schwartz is on it. 3:30 to go in the first period. No score. Watsula, long-range shot, and a good sharp one that was gloved down by Guimond. That'll force the offensive zone face-off with 57 seconds to go on the penalty to Bethel Park's Luke McClendon. BP's won 3 in a row here on the road here tonight. Shorthanded for the first time. The Indians' Andrew Wilbert emerges from the pack with the puck. Eric Wilbert checking a man as Lee pumps a puck on net. Stick save by Guimond. Lehman turning, shooting, and an easier save that time from Guimond, but the Indians are back on that puck again. Bit of a shooting gallery now as Peters Township simplifies a bit. From the far boards, Wilbert. That's Andrew Wilbert cutting in, trying to get a shot off, and he cannot. Now it comes free for Eric Wilbert, and he puts a shot on goal, and it's gloved again by Guimond. Not a lot on that shot from Eric Wilbert, but still 1 or 2 really good chances there on the power play. McClendon in the box for tripping. Still 20 seconds to go on that Bethel Park penalty, and this time the Blackhawks win the draw. And it's fired down the ice by Thomas Worcester, the defenseman. Lehman reaching out to step ahead into the offensive zone and take that pass and move it in, but he's offside. 2:33 left in the first. 2 seconds to go on this power play. It appears it'll go by without a goal. And as such, Rick Tingle puts his checking line out there. Watsula and Zakin and McElhaney. Zakin's backhand couldn't get much further than the Bethel Park line, and then the Blackhawks iced it, Connor Price, just after the penalty expired, and McClendon got back to the bench. Tough break there, and Peters Township will have the opportunity to set up shop in the offensive zone if they can control the draw. Business as usual really for both teams. They've done the majority of their offensive work late in games. Bethel Park has 10 goals in the third period. Peters Township has 11 to lead Class AAA. As for Peters, they've only scored 3 all year in the first period. So maybe a 0-0 score might be a win. And I mentioned they've been falling behind lately, too. The Blackhawks just barely keep this one in, but now here comes Watsula to scoop it up. He leads Zakin into the offensive zone. Zakin's wrist shot blocked. Rebound, still free at the side, and Watsula couldn't get it. Now Zakin's backhanded, stopped by Guimond. It's still free, and Guimond hops on top of it. What a sequence. Watsula ripped it away from the Bethel Park point man, and the Indians were away on a 3-on-1. Zakin, though, just elected to shoot it from inside the right circle. The blocker save was made, and then the puck was jumping around. For Bethel Park's sake, they were chasing it, and they could not get on top of it until finally their goaltender did. Blackhawks control this draw now. Christopher Toth, headman dish. Matthew Lucido is in after it. He couldn't get it away from Peters Township's Owen Barrett. DiNardo knocked it up the wall, and DiNardo now will skate in after this one with Joshua Jones getting to the loose puck at center. Hunter Johnson got rid of it, but gave it away. Price to the near side, and now Barrett for Peters Township. Sends it right back to Price and right back into the Peters Township zone. Jake Bush shot it up to the line, no further. Held there by Price, who ripped it right of the goal. A bouncing shot from the far side wall, unable to be redirected on target by Worcester, who was up in the play. Now Reed sends it far side. Bethel Park trying to just grind it to the front of the net. Bush gets knocked down on his backside, and the play continues on behind the Peters Township net. 4-man scrum, and here comes DiNardo. Again, gets his legs moving. Churning ahead is DiNardo, and he had his legs taken out from under him. Doesn't appear to be a penalty upcoming. Looked to be perhaps a trip or a clip. But J.C. Bellet jersey flapping in the breeze. Gets it going for Bethel Park, wraps it around and scores! J.C. Bellet, boy, did he turn the corner in a hurry as he got around the net and jammed it on the forehand. Sharbaugh couldn't get his skate to the post to prevent it from going in, and for the fifth straight game, Peters Township has surrendered the opening goal. 33 seconds to go in the first, and Bellet has his fifth of the season. And you hear it's a big Bethel Park contingent here in the house. Not that long of a drive, obviously. And here's Bellet again with a 3-on-2 staring at him in the face. Bellet makes the pass, this time to Tomko left wing. George Tomko wanted to go back to Bellet. Anthos cleaned him out, though, with a clean check. 12 seconds to go in the first period. Ryan Luppy chips it out to center. And the Indians have been on their back foot now, suddenly, after not scoring on the power play and seeing Bellet convert at even strength. Down to 2 seconds remaining in the first period. Puck behind the Bethel Park net, and time runs out. So Bellet's wraparound goal makes it a 1-0 Bethel Park lead through 20 minutes. Just the one penalty on the board. That went to BP's Luke McClendon. And Bellet remains atop the Class AAA scoring list with his 5th goal and 12th point of the year. And now it's time to talk for both sides. Rick Tingle for Peters Township, assisted by Cliff Bumford and Brandon Tingle. On the Bethel Park bench, Jim McVeigh is getting help from Jeffrey Bellet and Mike Shaw. I have to give credit to Nicholas Guimond, the senior goalie for Bethel Park, too. He has been on top of things so far. Obviously, no goals behind him, with his team in front 1-0 after 17 minutes. Guimond, a third-year starter. He's been a varsity player all 4 years. In fact, he saw action in 10 games as a freshman. He had an .864 save percentage with a .334 goals against last year in 15 games, as Bethel Park finished 7th out of 10 teams. Looks like a stronger BP unit this time around, though. And a lot of times the goaltenders' stats are very much reflective of the quality of the team in front of them. And I think that was the case last year for Guimond, and it's the case for any goalie at any level. But it's tough to judge goaltending ability just merely on numbers alone. I don't care where you're watching hockey. Indians get a chance here off of a nice bounce. Schwartz shoved it in behind the Bethel Park goal. We're underway in the second period. 1-0 Bethel Park. So J.C. Bellet gets the only goal so far in this one as Luppy backs it out toward the point. Hanna shot it wide of the goal. Schwartz on it for PT. Anthos bounces one right through the top of the crease. Now Hanna tried to swing one toward the front from the near side half wall, but couldn't get it there. Luppy unable to keep it in, and the Indians have to go chasing it. Ryan Lee lifts one just past the reach of Vituccio, and now here come the Indians back on the counter. Ryan Luppy's shot, blocker save, Guimond from a sharp angle. Comes right in front for a backhand by Schwartz. 2 chances, and a third. Luppy can't get the 4th to go in. Guimond, 3 saves in short succession there. Schwartz tried to find Anthos, but it's taken away by Bethel Park's Joseph Landrisco. But he's stripped as he approaches the Peters Township line. The pace has suddenly picked up in this one, at least in the early going of this second period. 15:44 to go in it. 1-0 Bethel Park. Long clearing play, and a good one from Hanna finds Andrew Wilbert at the Bethel Park blue line. He skips one into the near side corner. Wilbert, Eric Wilbert that is, couldn't get there. Now Lee tries to hold it the far side, and it goes right by him. Out into neutral ice. Mark Lehman reaches on a backhand. Lehman poking it ahead. Worcester, though, dispatches it out into the neutral zone, and now Worcester gets a second crack at it. Mishandled it initially, but he makes a strong backhand play out to the red line on this near wing right in front of both benches. Bethel Park tries again on the regroup after Peters Township dumped it in. Aiden Alexander on it for the Indians. Alexander's play finds Andrew Wilbert. Blind pass into the middle, nearly connected with his brother Eric, but it's intercepted by J.C. Bellet. Belly is tossed to the defensive blue line. It bounces past Ferguson, and here comes George Tomko for Bethel Park. High shot off the arm of Charbaugh. It bounces free to the far side, and Eric Wilbert can't get it out. Another drive from the point, this time from Worcester, is patted away by Charbaugh. Bethel Park, the league-leading offense, getting its feet under it now. Belay deking to the forehand, make the pass over, and put right through the crease that time by McClendon. This is Reed as the Blackhawks are in the midst of a line change. He had the puck taken away by Hunter Ferguson, first-year varsity player and defender for PT. In front of the goal, putting on a net was Lucido from close range, and Charbaugh had to make another stop. Now Lucido tries to flip it over the top of Charbaugh, but he missed. From the near side point, Masari couldn't get the slap shot through traffic. Now Ferguson got a glove up and a fist up into the back of the head of Reed. That'll be the first penalty on the way. Delayed call. First penalty against Peters Township, I should say. Guimond is on the bench. Extra attacker out there, but Bethel Park didn't get much of a chance to make things happen on the 6-on-5. There's the whistle, and there's the penalty to Ferguson. That's a cross-check, in fact, is the call. And Peters will put the PK to work. 12 for 16 so far in the season are the Indians in extinguishing opposing power plays. That's 7th best out of 9 teams. Bethel Park has the 2nd best power play in Class AAA, 4 for 16, 25% even. The penalty with 13:31 to go in the second period. And the Blackhawks have the draw. Controlling it and shooting it was J.C. Belly, but it hit a leg and bounced to the corner. Belly back to the far side. There's Juan Driscoll working the half wall. Belly's all the way out at the left point. Kind of an unconventional spot for your top scorer. And Ryan Lee hops on a loose puck and drives it down for Peters Township. Good clear there. Anthos, tip of the spear on the forecheck, forcing McClendon, that's Ryan McClendon, to get rid of it quickly. And now Bethel Park's on it again. Taking a strong check there was Vituccio. And Bethel Park on the regroup. Belay working 1v1 here in the right circle against Hanna. Ducks in behind the net, does Belay. The only goal scorer in this game made the play out to McClendon. Tried to connect over here on the near side, below the dot to Vituccio, but it's deflected away from him. Hanna can't clear for Peters Township, but it bounces right to Lee, who sends it down with some air under it. Right on goal, and Guimond has to hold with Anthos right in his face. 12:21 left in the second. 47 seconds remaining on the Bethel Park power play. Blackhawks up 1-0 here at Printscape Arena. The shorthanded Indians win the draw, and Schwartz turned and ripped a shot that missed the target. But it keeps Bethel Park pinned in for a few more seconds, so it's all good for Peters Township. Worcester starts the breakout for Bethel. Chipping it ahead, Matthew Lucido gets on it in the corner. Lucido passing the skates of Reed, and it'll be taken by Schwartz, but unable to clear it. Bouncing to the front, look out here, a backhand on a turning play by Toth, and that went high and wide to the right. Indians do get it to center now. DiNardo, he's joined by Schwartz on the 2-on-2 rush, but the pass is broken up on the centering play. Lucido back, working 1 against 2 to the Peters Township line. It's taken by Aiden Alexander and sent down and out. And Ferguson's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 play. DiNardo on the puck. Turns on his forehand, sends it deep. McElhaney's here on this near side wall. Indians working in the offensive zone. Schwartz had it knocked past him, though, and now Vituccio on the chip play. Owen Barrett takes it for Peters Township. Drives it around the board's far side. Good play there to McElhaney, who is where he should be on the far wing. But his pass goes between the legs of DiNardo, who is trying to change. Now Watsula just outside the Bethel Park line. Watsula will crack it behind the Bethel Park goal on his backhand. BP on the breakout. Here comes Vituccio. End of a shift. Vituccio, though, still has something left in the tank. Tried to cut to the middle, and it's tipped off his stick as he made his way into the slot. Got past Lee but couldn't beat Hanna. Vituccio fires a pass to the middle on the charge from Luke McClendon, but he couldn't get there in time. This is Ryan McClendon at the far side wall, keeping it alive twice for Bethel Park. And Luke's between the legs pass is taken away by Lee. This would be an icing if it wouldn't have hit some snow over there on the far side boards, and it stops before it gets to the goal line. Good break for Peters Township. They can keep things going. But Bethel Park again on the counterattack. Luke McClendon shot, hit a leg, and bounced over to the corner. Ryan McClendon couldn't get it to the front. Lee cleaning up the slot for Peters Township. Under 10 to go in the second period. Indians down 1-0 here at home. Jack Zakin gloves the puck down. Here's Seth Hanna, giving it around to Ryan Lee, but too far for him. Bella just fired it right through the middle of the slot, and it skips over to the far side boards. From that side of the ice, Eric Wilbert sends a bouncer right in on Nicholas Guimond, who hangs on. J.C. Belly's goal with a half minute to go in the first is the only one on the score sheet to this point in this Class AAA game. Boys PIHL hockey. Good to be with you from South Point. This is Matt Geico on the play-by-play. Audio-only broadcast tonight on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. And you can see all the pretty pictures on Peters Township Community Television. BP trying to make their way out of their own end, and they will. J.C. Belly feels like he's played half the game so far, and who can blame Coach McVeigh of Bethel Park when you have a weapon like that? BP's got a couple of lines that can hurt you. Just looking at their scoring list so far, 10 different players with a goal in the first 6 games. And as I mentioned, averaging over 4 per contest. Peters Township is scoring 4 exactly, so yeah, the Indians are no slouch offensively. But nothing so far in this game. We've seen them be slow to start this year for whatever reason. Andrew Wilbert made a short pass to Mark Lehman, but a good defensive play there from Ryan McClendon breaks that up. Just not much outside of a Mark Lehman post shot in the first period to speak of, really, for Peters Township. Ferguson takes a good cross-ring pass. Now he puts it into the middle. Andrew Wilbert's backhand, and that went well wide of the net. In fact, it went right through the top of the crease, and Andrew Wilbert is struggling to get to the bench. He took a check. His left shoulder's bothering him, so an early change for him. As Bethel Park ices this one, Vituccio, well, he would have been there if it were tag-up icing, or touch-up icing in PIHL hockey, but it is not. No touch, no race, in fact. So there's no real gray area on those calls. The referees tonight are March and Batico. 2-referee system in PIHL games. They call the lines in addition to doling out penalties when necessary. Schwartz with a turning shot off the face-off win from Anthos, but it hit a stick and caromed high into the protective netting behind the Bethel Park net. Just under 8 to go in the second period. PT still down 1-0. Thomas Worcester gave it on near wing. And picking it off the boards and firing a pass was Jeremy Bueller. Bethel Park on the puck. Over on the far side, momentarily. Now it's taken by Jake Bush of Peters Township. He gave it away. 2 teams play hot potato with it at center ice. Ryan Luppy, well, he's thinking about going after it, but now he allows his defenseman Owen Barrett to make the play. Over to Luppy on this near side, who got to the wall. The Indians' captain. Now chip that puck over on the far side, and it's taken away momentarily by Bethel Park and fired right through the crease. Good play there from McClendon. Here come the Indians back. Luppy couldn't take a pass from Schwartz. It was off his skate. Luppy might have been able to rip that forward and take a shot otherwise, but not to be. Here's Jeremy Anthos for Peters Township. Anthos overwhelmed there in behind the net by George Tomko. The Blackhawks top line goes to work here. Bellet tapped it over to the far side, and that's where Worcester drives it behind the goal. Misfired pass from the Indians' Owen Barrett, but no harm there as it spins out to center. Jake Bush. The give over on far wing and Barrett. Barrett made the play. Here's Anthos. Couldn't clear. Again, the Indians bottled up, and Sharbaugh has enough of that. He holds on with 6:33 left in the second. Face-off coming up at the left circle from the Bethel Park perspective. BP trying to make it 4 wins in a row. They're off to a nice start here, more than halfway through this one. On the road at Princescape. Tomko for Bethel Park, firing a pass right to the middle, high slot. This is Juan Driscoll. Gave it away to Watsula of Peters Township. A shot from the point from McClendon, deflected by his brother on the way, but it didn't make it all the way to the net. That was Ryan McClendon to Luke McClendon. Vituccio on his backhand now for Bethel Park, misfired. You might have heard that bang off the far side boards. Taken on by Peters Township's Watsula, who got caught up in the net on his follow-through on that clearing play. Appears no harm done. Check thrown from Jack Zakin. Knocks down Connor Price of Bethel Park, but Price is back on his skates. Price sends on far side. Little 10-foot pass over to Luke McClendon, who dumps in and gets off the ice. 5.5 to go in the second period. Can the Indians break through here at home? Ryan Lee carrying, protecting, and sending the length of the rink after he got to the red line. McElhaney from the left corner. Couldn't make the pass out to Hanna at the point. And back come the Blackhawks. J.C. Belly revving it up once more. Collides with Ryan Lee behind the net. Lee got the better of that one, as he usually does. When it comes to checking, it's going to be tough to outmuscle big number 62 for PT. And speaking of him, he has the puck just ahead of his own blue line. Makes the pass over to Aiden Alexander, his defense partner for the evening. And Josh Jones sends it in behind the Bethel Park goal. Here are the Blackhawks again, though. Belly taking the relay from Tomko. Belly wants to cut to the middle against Ferguson. Loose puck in front, and a backhand shot goes just wide from Garrett Legg. What a chance for Bethel Park. Point shot from Worcester, sticked away by Sharbaugh. Belly left it to the side of the net. A sharp angle shot, a flip shot from Lucido is held on to by Sharbaugh after the rebound dropped right down at his feet. 4:22 left in the second period. One power play apiece. No goals on special teams so far. Just the J.C. Belly even strength goal with 33 seconds to go in the first. That's all we have in terms of scoring so far. Colin DiNardo on the dump ahead after the Indians win the defensive zone faceoff. DiNardo reaching out to try to keep it alive. Can't do it. Now he tries in the neutral zone, does the senior, Colin DiNardo. But it's knocked away from him, and Parker Johnson has to get it for Peters Township. Jones on the flip. And on the chase is DiNardo. He can't get there in time. Neither can Johnson. And again, the Indians have to skate back for it. Just no sustained offensive pressure tonight. Give credit to Bethel Park. They've been pretty clean, or at least no nonsense on these clear-outs. They may not be connecting for many passes through the neutral zone, but they're getting the puck out. Vituccio couldn't get that past Eric Wilbert. He fed his brother Andrew on the right wing side. And Andrew's 40-foot shot is sticked away to the corner by goaltender Guimon. Barrett from the far side. Owen Barrett holds for Peters, put it toward the front. Bouncing free. Eric tried a backhand pass into the middle of the ice, but it's intercepted. Down to 3 to go in the second period. Quick moving game here. Low scoring, just 1-0 Bethel Park, and not a lot in terms of penalties or power play time. After the whistle, scrums have been held to a minimum too. It's the first of 3 meetings on the season for these two teams, and in fact, they'll get together in just 2 weeks' time out of the Bethel Park YMCA. 2:42 left in the second. Vituccio saucers one deep. Barrett there for Peters Township. Sent it away from the back of his net. Andrew Wilbert with the play. A bouncer up to the Bethel Park line. And the two teams are just giving it away to each other in the neutral zone in the second period, especially. Tomko's backhand pass. Here's a chance for Bethel Park, and a backhand from Legg missed. And then leg was crunched into the end boards by Owen Barrett. Barrett starting to feel himself at the varsity level. He goes toe-to-toe here with the bigger leg, but Barrett gets some help there from Lehman, who slams it out to Andrew Wilbert. 2-on-2 rush, Andrew and Eric Wilbert. Andrew's shot from the side wall. Not even sure that was going on net, but Guimond knocked it away from the front of his goal nonetheless. Flip play here from Seth Hanna. Bounces free. Here's Jeremy Anthos. Maybe the Indians have something here. Luppy takes the one-time shot from 50 feet away. Save made Guimond. Lee has it shooting off the post and in! Ryan Lee has scored from deep, and it's 1-1 with 1:36 left in the second period. Gotta have high hopes for a living. Ryan Lee, a missile on the wrist shot from outside the right circle. Maybe a good 5 feet above the right circle, in fact. But he finds Twine over the blocker hand of Guimond. It looked like it just hit the post, but it caromed off the post and in. And it rattled out quickly, but the referee Batico was on the spot to point toward the net. That's a good goal, and Lee has tied this game. Now Luppy on the charge. Can the Indians take advantage of that adrenaline? Anthos wanted to bounce a puck in front, but couldn't do it. Lee from the point again, shooting and deflected. Maybe Luppy got a piece, and it missed the net. Hanna unable to get it through. It was blocked, and out to the neutral zone it goes. Christopher Toth shooting. Anthos gets an assist, by the way, on the Lee goal. Oh, boy, Toth's rebound, or the rebound of Toth's shot, I should say, bounced off the end glass and just over the top of the net. Sharbaugh nearly knocked it in his own goal. Here's Anthos getting wide, and he shot that one off the mask of Guimond from a sharp angle here on the near side. Suddenly, action is picking up. Under a minute to go in the second period. Hanna scoots one into the far side corner. Anthos from behind the net. Here's Schwartz pulling and trying to shoot one and stuff it in short side, but it hit a stick and hopped up over the glass. Offensive zone faceoff coming up with 32 seconds to go in the second period. So Lee from Anthos is the goal for Peters Township. Lee's first of the season. For Anthos, that's his Class AAA leading 9th assist. Both goals at even strength here as Bethel Park wins the draw, but they can't get it out. Aiden Alexander stepping to for Peters Township. Zakin flips it further into the far side corner. McElhaney opening up, finding Watsula. He's open, couldn't get the shot away though. Maybe the ice getting a little bit choppy at the end of this period, and Watsula wanted to turn it back on the pass, but couldn't do that either. Now Bele breaking back for Bethel Park. Fired a pass to the middle. Ryan McClendon unable to take it. Down to 3 seconds to go in the second period. Vituccio trying for one last desperate shot, but he can't get it free from Ferguson, and the two go down in a heap. Vituccio and Ferguson, and they're separated as the two teams will head to their respective locker rooms. So, one goal in the first, scored by Bethel Park's J.C. Belly, and one goal in the second, netted by Peters Township's Ryan Lee. We'll go to the third, all knotted up at 1, here on Peters Township Community Television and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and our Facebook Live broadcast. This is Matt Geica. I'll return for the third and maybe more after this break of Peters Township against Bethel Park in PIHL Class AAA boys hockey action, and we are 1-1 through 2 periods of play from South Point. J.C. Belly scored in the first period for Bethel Park, his 5th of the season, and Ryan Lee answering back for the Peters Township Indians late in the second. Just one penalty apiece taken, so the score sheet is relatively clean, but we still have at least 17 minutes to go in this one, if not more. And dare we think about overtime? Not quite yet. For one reason, because PT has been downright dominant in the third period this year. They've outscored their opponents, have the Indians 11-4 in the third period. And I mentioned they've been slow to start this season. Once again, the Indians allowed the opening goal tonight. That's the 5th straight game in which Peters has fallen behind early. But the offense has been good enough, and really the entire game for Peters has been good enough later in these contests to make up for perhaps some shakiness right after the opening face-off. A couple of weeks ago in the previous action for PT in that 6-3 win at Erie Cathedral Prep, Indians trailed it 1-0, And then a 3-goal second period propelled them on to victory. Tonight, though, it'll be about the third period. And here we go for the final frame of regulation time. The Indians in their black alternate jerseys. They have iced the puck here just a few seconds after the draw. Ryan Lee gunned it up the wood and all the way down the ice. Want to make sure to say hello to some of our live listeners. We have Mike McNeil listening from all the way down in Florida, and Judy Barrett chiming in. And she offers up a cheer for Owen Barrett, who I mentioned is having a strong game here tonight. His first year of varsity hockey. Owen Barrett, several of his teammates are in the same boat with him. And Owen so far on the year has played in all 7 games for PT. Anthos on the intercept in the neutral zone. Maybe a chance here for Peters to take the lead. Anthos snaps a shot off that hit the outside of the net. Turning play from Luppy from behind the goal. Couldn't get it in front. Now it comes over to Schwartz. Save made, rebound, score! There it is. Jeremy Anthos pops it into the wide open net. Great work from the Indians' top line. And you got to fight for your right to party on a Tuesday night. 2-1 PT, opening minute, third period. Anthos keeps his scoring binge going. That's his 3rd goal of the season, but his 2nd point of the night. That's now 5 points in his past 2 games. Anthos leads Class AAA with 12 now, tying J.C. Belly, his opponent this evening. Alexander's shot from the point for Peters Township, blocked down on the slot and swatted out of danger by Vincent Vituccio. Now chasing back for it is Jeremy Bueller. Reverses flow for Bethel Park. So Anthos from Schwartz and Luppy will be the goal. Even strength. All 3 goals in this game have been at 5-on-5. Again, the goal 54 seconds into this third period. Peters Township has its first lead. That's been the characteristic of this Peters team. Now make it 12-4. They are outscoring their opponents in the third. Here in game number 7 of 18 on the season. Icing here against PT, and now Bethel Park dressed in their orange and black here on the road tonight. We'll have a chance with an offensive zone face-off to get something going. 15-12 left in regulation. Off the face-off win, a blast from Ryan McClendon didn't get through. Jack Zakin leaning to the puck for PT. Owen Barrett has it now. Barrett sends it off the window and out to the neutral zone. Bethel Park on the chase. Maybe some offense created here. Lucido gave it back to the line, and a snapshot from Connor Price missed high to the left. Price on it again here in the neutral zone after the puck caromed all the way out. Price had it drift off his stick, though. Jake Bush sent it ahead, past Jack Zakin. Barrett gloved it forward for PT. It bounces on off of a Bethel Park skate to Jake Bush. Bush tries twice to get it up and out, and he does on the second opportunity. So on that Jeremy Anthos goal, we saw Ryan Luppy trying to stuff it in front of the net. The puck hopped free to Schwartz at the right circle, sent a low drive on target that Guimond kicked away. And once it came to Anthos at the side, he could have taken a couple of seconds to dust it off, and it still wouldn't have been much trouble to stuff it in from about 10 feet away. Those are the opportunities you dream of as a forward, when there's not much that you have to do except simply hit the 4x6 target. Vituccio for Bethel Park. 5 goals in his past 2 games, 6 in his last 3. Nothing so far in this one, and he'll head off to the bench here after the dump in. 13.5 minutes to go in the third. Schwartz avoids one check and now slides it deeper. In behind the Bethel Park net, it's cracked along by Thomas Worcester of the Blackhawks. Luppy wanted to send it behind the net here to get the forecheck going, but it hit a partition and bounced right out into the slot. A good break, actually, for PT. Luppy shooting off the crossbar as he got the pass from Schwartz. My goodness. And now Schwartz lobs one toward the net, and it's hung on to into the glove of Guimond, in fact, with 13:07 remaining in the third. 2-1 Peters Township, 2 unanswered by the Indians so far after conceding the first goal of this game. Luppy hitting the iron. That's 2 posts for the Indians in this game. 1 from Lehman way back in the first. And now here, early stages, third period. Luppy, the lefty, shot from the left circle. Got it over the blocker hand of goaltender Nick Guimond. Ferguson couldn't get it out for PT, but cleaning up the front of his own net, Aiden Alexander. And the Indians do escape safely. DiNardo unable to nudge that one past Austin Reed, but Bethel Park is, well, I thought they had iced it. No, it'll be ruled to have touched a Peters Township skater in the neutral zone. Not sure I saw that one. But now play continues on with Bethel Park in possession. A snapshot from Reed. Missed high. Indians love the work here in their own end to get the puck out. You heard them applauding in hockey player fashion, banging on the boards from the bench. Deflected dump in, finds Bethel Park's Luke McClendon. He fires a pass in front. Caroms out to the point. Taken on here and put on goal by Wondrisco from the high slot and sticked away from the goaltender, or by the goaltender, Brock Charbot. Eric Wilbert wanted to bounce that one up and out, but couldn't do it. Mark Lehman's there for it in the corner. Lehman absorbs the pressure and the check from Luke McClendon and finds Andrew Wilbert at center. Aerial puck gloved down by Mark Lehman. Lehman's backhand toward the front. That was headed off at the pass by Thomas Worcester. Eric Wilbert, a behind-the-back pass on his backhand, connects on to no one in particular and taken there by Vince Vituccio of Bethel Park. Vituccio wanted to chase after his own flip but couldn't get there in time. The puck was retrieved by Ryan Lee, and now the Indians bounce it up ahead, and they have a chance here. Anthos in front. Andrew Wilbert, and he's denied. Great glove save on a lunging play from Guimond. He was left all alone. He had to bail out his teammates, and he did. Remember that one. If this one goes down to the wire, Vituccio's wrist shot from atop the left circle is hung on to by Brock Charbot, Peters Township, and no further play. 11:07 left in the third. So Andrew Wilbert that close to making it 3-1. And guess who was setting it up again? Jeremy Anthos. He's the playmaker this season. Extraordinaire for PT and in the entire league for that matter. Anthos has an assist and a goal in this game to keep his production churning along. Garrett Legg from behind the net for Bethel Park after the scramble draw was controlled by the Blackhawks. But now the Indians are on it. And Schwartz, head up, tries to make a pass to Luppy, too far for him, and it's an icing call. As I was mentioning in the second period, there's no opportunity to negate an icing call in PIHL high school hockey. In college or in junior or in the NHL, that would have been waved off because Luppy was going to be able to get to that puck first behind the Bethel Park net, but it doesn't matter at this level. Reed wants to chop it toward the front of the Peters Township net, but he couldn't follow it up. And now Anthos makes a headman pass to Luppy on the left wing. Luppy put it in front. Anthos on his hands and knees crashes into the post, and he's in some distress as the whistle sounds. Net off its moorings, and Anthos was checked as he tried to charge toward the front of the net, hungry for that second goal of the game. Boy, does that top line turn defense into offense in a hurry. They have done it a couple of times in this game. Not on the goal they scored, but that time it was in a flash from the Peters red line, or pardon me, the Peters blue line, up to the Bethel Park blue line and in further. Anthos is up and he has glided off to the bench. He's standing up and talking to head coach Rick Tingle about something, perhaps complaining there was no penalty call. Just 2 penalties in this entire game, 1 to each side. That's it. McElhaney staples Adam Slater to the boards for Bethel Park. It bounces in front of the BP net, and Zakin couldn't swat it out of the atmosphere. So the Indians have to go back on the retrieval. Alexander, Aiden Alexander's headman pass was knocked away, but right back to him. And he gets a second chance, does Alexander. He finds Hunter Ferguson, who slogs it up ahead. Worcester for Bethel Park. Pushed it right by Ferguson. On the retreat, number 78 for Peters Township feeds it over to Aiden Alexander here, and Jack Zakin turns and wheels it out to center. Nico Watsula ran into a bump from Worcester. So the Indians have to try again. Here's Ferguson turning and whipping one off the window, and on down it goes. No icing here. It's ruled that Bethel Park could have played the puck with 9.5 to go in the third. 2-1 Peters Township. Andrew Wilbert on the disc here in the corner. Put a pass in front. It was deflected just wide of the net with Lehman lurking. Lehman gave it into this near corner. Eric Wilbert forces the turnover. Andrew Wilbert tries to turn it toward the front, and he missed into the left corner. Seth Hanna, big rip, and it's blocked by Vituccio. Here comes Bethel Park 2-on-2. Vituccio over the line, and his wrist shot hits the shaft of Lee's stick and deflects out of play. 8:59 left in the third. Shots on goal were 19-17 Bethel Park after 2, I should have mentioned, and now I am mentioning. I apologize for the delay on the stat delivery. No out-of-town scores available on the PIHL website. PIHLhockey.com is where you can find all the stats and facts and figures, though. Usually after the fact, sometimes live. Figured I'd take a look just to make sure. Mount Lebo's at Central Catholic, and North Allegheny is at Cathedral Prep. 3 games in all in the 9-team Class AAA. Each team plays each other twice, and then some teams play 3 times. These 2 teams will play 3 times, in fact, this year, as Schwartz's backhand headman pass was way too far for Luppy to latch on to. That's an icing call. The next time these teams will meet is the first week of December, Thursday the 6th at Bethel Park, and then another rematch late in the season, final game of the season for both teams on February the 19th, right back here at Prince-Scape Arena in South Point. Bethel Park has the draw, and they push it right to the side of the net. Vituccio turning, put it in front, and bounces away on the one-time attempt from Luke McClendon. He took a swing but couldn't connect. On the transition, Anthos, good poke check there by Ryan McClendon to break it up. Not often you see number 81 for PT lose control when he has that much speed. So here's McClendon again, but this time he loses it, and Anthos, in turnabout, is hopping on that loose puck over on the far side. Ryan Lee to Anthos, deflects it up ahead. That's going to be an icing call, though. The deflection came from behind the red line, and a good call from the officiating crew here. The referees Batico and March wielding the whistles. Next for Bethel Park is a game at Mount Lebanon. Next Monday, the 26th. Thanksgiving comes early this year. Here on the 20th, we're just a couple of days away. And if I may, wish you a happy holiday and a blessed holiday season. We'll be busy here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest with the play-by-play of 5 Peters Township games, counting this one before we get to the winter break. Sharbaugh pads this one away on the center ice wrist shot. Not much action for Sharbaugh in this period. Here comes a chip and a charge for Eric Wilbert. Wilbert trying to put it in front to Andrew, but the pass was about 2 feet in the air, and Andrew couldn't knock it down at high velocity. Kind of a tough ask on the dish from Eric Wilbert. Wilbert gets to a loose puck in behind the goal. Now put in front. Lehman shoots and scores! Mark Lehman absolutely hammers that one home from between the circles, and with 7:10 left in the third, the Indians have a 3-1 lead. Give me fuel, give me fire. Mark Lehman. Just a brilliant bit of shooting from between the hash marks, and give the brothers Wilbert full credit for winning that puck back. Eric got it first, and then Andrew ends up making the pass from behind the goal. He swirled it right out in front, and Lehman was ready to pull the trigger with that righty shot. A little bit against his body, or across his body. And, well, that was no trouble for him. Mark Lehman has his 5th of the season, and the Indians have a 3-1 lead. The script remains the same this season. Peters Township now outscoring opponents 13-4 in the third. And they're a few minutes away from getting their 3rd win when giving up the first goal. But here's Reed on the turnover from Lee and shooting off the pad of Sharbaugh from the inner edge of the right circle. Nearly a 3-2 game on the giveaway. Lehman from the two Wilbert brothers, or two of them, Eric and Andrew. Obviously, the goaltender, Alex, is still on the squad, but he's on the bench. Brock Sharbaugh with 6:08 to go, on pace to pick up his third win of the year. We'll see if the Indians can close it down with a 3-1 lead. And breaking ahead is Ryan Luppe. He's got Schwartz on a 2-on-1. Luppe shoots, scores! Ryan Luppe from inside the left dot puts it top right corner. And the Indians are shooting to kill in the third. They've got 3 goals here in the final frame. Luppe, after he blew right by Nicholas Massari at the Peters Township line, Massari couldn't hold it in at the line. And from that point, it was a jailbreak to center. And Luppe just called his own number. That'll be an unassisted goal, barring some unforeseen scoring decision. Anthos, Lehman, Luppe here in the third. It's 4-1 Peters Township. And 2 brilliantly placed shots against Nicholas Guimond. He didn't have a chance on either one of them from Lehman or Luppe. That Luppe drive right over the glove hand, perfectly placed into the upper 90, as they would say in the sport of soccer. Ferguson's wrist shot from out near the blue line was patted away from Guimond. Guimond was keeping Bethel Park solvent in this one for a long time. J.C. Belly breaks back for Bethel Park. Couldn't put a shot toward the net. It was blocked down there. I believe Aiden Alexander got in front, and now Alexander will simply clear from into his own end, and that's an icing call with 5:06 left in the third. All these goals in the third at even strength. PT has scored 4 in a row to take a 4-1 lead. Lee getting his first late in the second. Anthos scoring his third to put PT on top in the opening minute here of this third period. Lehman got his 5th, and Luppe, I should mention, scores his 6th to tie Torrey Schwartz for the team lead. Luppe unassisted with 5:54 left in regulation time. We're down to under 5 to play now. Ryan McClendon couldn't glove it down and keep the puck. Watsula charging ahead to force it further. This is Luke McClendon breaking back for Bethel Park. Unable to push that past Ryan Lee, who sends it away again. But another icing call against Peters Township will draw the whistle. Well, they've added music between portions of live action at Printscape Arena. That's a new thing. All the sounds are sweet right now for PT. Attempting to pick up its 3rd home win in 4 tries. Long cry from a few weeks ago when the Indians fell behind 4-0 against North Allegheny and lost 5-3 here. Lee bouncing shot deflected, score! It's 5-1. That was tipped right in front of the net. Eric Wilbert's going to get this goal if his celebration is any measure. Get your dirty hands off their dream. It's a 4-goal lead for Peters. What a burst here in the third period. Give Ryan Lee his 2nd point on his sharp wrist shot through a screen, through traffic. I don't think Guimond saw it as it was tipped between his legs with 4:14 left in the third. And Bethel Park has called a timeout. Coach Jim McVeigh, well, he probably realizes the horse is out of the barn tonight, but he still wants to get his team's attention here. For Eric Wilbert, his 2nd goal of the season, the junior forward. Connecting on the redirect. My goodness, how much this game has changed. Fun to watch PT get after it here. And it's not often as a broadcaster you tease a trend or talk about a trend and it really plays out in the game, but that was the case here tonight. And full credit to the Indians for keeping up their third period dominance. It's now a 15-4 edge in the third period this season. This team has scored just 3 goals in the first, but now 15 in the third. Figure that one out. Peters Township in years past has been defined by its scoring depth. Starting to build some more here. Josh Jones pumped a shot on line from the left boards, and that pad save was made from Guimond. Barrett stepping up. Now Bethel Park is consigned to just playing for pride at this point. Hard to believe that was going to be the case. After 2 periods of play, we were 1-1, and this puck is launched out of play by Owen Barrett, the Peters defenseman. 3:48 left in the third. Winding it down from Prinscape, just past 8:30. It'll be another 9 o'clock face-off a week from tonight against Cannon McMillan. The Miners' Cup already belongs to the Indians, but the season series is far from over. PT will play both Cannon Mac and Bethel Park 3 times this season. And in the case of Cannon Mac, of course, all 3 games will be right here at Prinscape. Cannon Mac technically the home team next week, if that matters to you. Hunter Johnson couldn't charge that puck past Connor Price at the line. Bethel Park getting it right to the slot here. Tomko left it there for a shot from, I believe that was Legg who got it off from the low slot. And that stop made from Sharbaugh, his best in a while. He hasn't been tested much in this third, that's for sure. Connor Price put it on line. The save made by Sharbaugh and slid right back through the crease by J.C. Belly, but he couldn't find Legg, who was lurking. Belly took a headman pass at the line, handed it off for Legg to shoot wide from the right boards. Legg overtaken by Owen Barrett, who lifted it to center. And now Barrett has to go back forward after Bethel Park forced it right back into the mix. Barrett makes the easy pass over on this near side to Torrey Schwartz. And Schwartz couldn't get it further than center, though. 2:26 left in the third. Christopher Toth poke checked at the line by Ryan Lee. Here's Barrett, his defense partner, banging it out into the neutral ice area. Lee from behind his net. And Lee fed it to Schwartz, gave it to the middle for Luppy, who knocked it into the near side corner into the offensive zone. Lee steps up to the line to keep it, put it back to the front. Save was made by Guimond, and Ryan Luppy was trying to find that rebound or maybe even get a deflection. Lee again shoots, and this time it's sticked out of play by Guimond over into that far corner just above the tall glass. 1:51 left in this game. 5-1 Peters Township. It's a 4-goal third at Prinscape. Oh, and what do we have here? A penalty, a cross-checking call against Ryan Lee of the Indians. Second time Peters will go short in this game, and this will likely kill the rest of the contest. Well, it will, unless Bethel Park scores a power play goal. Our second cross-checking call of the night against Peters Township. Hunter Ferguson took the first one. Ryan Lee is the man identified on this infraction. So Bethel Park will try to reverse flow here, and they do. Luke McClendon on the switch of play to this near side. Ryan McClendon gets it from Luke, and Ryan makes the pass over to Belly at the far point. He moonwalks to the center of the ice and gave it over to Vituccio on the far wing. Vituccio forced a pass here to Watsula, who intercepts, but he can't get it out under the checking pressure of Belly. Still free just inside the Peters line and taken on by Ryan McClendon shooting, and that's bodied away by Brock Sharbaugh. McClendon out to Belly. Saucer pass far side, outer edge of the circle, Vituccio. 1 minute to go in the third period. Vituccio, sharp pass here to Ryan McClendon. Dumped it down low. Looking to redirect across his body was Belly, but he misfired. Now Belly turns and puts it on net. Vituccio deflects it on goal. And Sharbaugh hops on top of the loose puck. Right at the top of the crease. 44 seconds left. The Indians are 44 seconds away from killing off the second Bethel Park power play of this game. 5-1 Peters Township again is your score. It was 1-1 after 2, but PT has poured on 4, and they might be going for more here. Lehman, no shorties yet on the season for Rick Tingle's squad, but Lehman couldn't connect to DiNardo as he fanned on that pass. Off a broken play, Toth's shot skips wide of the goal for Bethel Park. Kept alive briefly by Thomas Worcester, but here are the Indians shorthanded, 18 seconds to go in this one. Lehman reached behind him to drive it down the ice. DiNardo still working hard. He's looking for a goal. Hey, why not? You only play once a week in high school. The PT bench is up and cheering, banging on the boards. Lehman turns, one final clear. Indians win. Indians win it 5-1 at Printscape Arena. 5 consecutive goals to finish the game. The Indians fell behind early, didn't have anything on the board until the final couple of minutes of the second period. But boy, does this team come on late. They've done it again. They improved to 5-2 on the season, 3-1 here at home. Bethel Park suffers just its second loss of the year. And we'll have to get some help from Cathedral Prep to stay in a first-place tie in Class AAA. BP now 5-2. J.C. Belly the only goal for the visitors tonight. Lee, Anthos, Lehman, Luppy, and Eric Wilbert, your goal scorers for victorious Peters Township. Brock Sharbaugh picks up his 3rd win of the season, allowing just the 1 goal in the first period. Nicholas Guimond absorbs the loss. He's now 5-2 on the year for Bethel Park. Our next broadcast on both Peters Township Community Television and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest Facebook page is next Tuesday. Peters Township takes on Cannon Mac. The rivalry is renewed. 9 o'clock start on the 27th of November. One last time from Printscape Arena in South Point, this is Matt Geica saying good night and talk to you next week.